Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now a handoff here to his running back. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. And we get a peek. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now it's Taylor. And got his man complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. Well, we know he needed the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
No gain, and it's 2nd down. Great play there off the end. Question, Charles.
What kind of workout is jumping
jack? You hear about the D tackles a lot. What's the role of the ends?
What they want to do is control the edges of the defense. And you always hear about an offense talking about setting the edge.
He's about to blow up your house,
the defense wants to do exactly the same thing. And the defensive end, often against an offensive tackle, sometimes a tight end, they can't let them.
It will lead you in 700-degree.
Because if they do that, that hurts the integrity of the defense overall.
My man, the encyclopedia. So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
Flush to his right. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete.
Who you playing, Birmingham?
Ready for what the defense was showing. They had prepared.
Birmingham look like Carlito.
That's crazy because them Bruin boys, I changed them niggas to Brooklyn.
Carlito, man, I like to eat apples.
That was the Jacksonville Jaguars, right?
For that look, recognized it, went straight to the air, got the first. Well done.
He about to beat you, Birmingham. Hey, put the share play up, Birmingham.
You can watch the tape and put together your game plan, but you still have to understand what they're doing in terms of what.
No, put the share play. I like the share play. I like play by play, man. I don't like that too behind the play shit, boy.
Come on, 73. Run your fat ass up the film block, man.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Now Taylor to throw on 2nd down. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Kendall Wright, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bills have taken the early lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
On both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. To throw is Wentz. He's going to air one out. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Flushed out.
I didn't
Nearly picked. rookie there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. They'll give it to him right up the gut. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down.
Hey, said.
The offense is not leaving the field. They're
Want to get the
stay
head bust?
out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll give it to him right up the
champ.
gut. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35.
Yeah.
Smart approach there, using the run to pick up the first. That was a defensive setup they prepared for this week, knowing that keeping it on the ground was the best way to attack it.
And that means also that they're able to read them pretty well. All the things they're prepared for, when they get to the line of scrimmage, they see it in pre-snap
Oh my God, this guy! Y'all already said I was out punching bad.
It's a loss
What happened?
there, bringing up second
Y'all already
down.
said I was out punching
Quarterback's
bad.
starting to get a really big reputation for this reason, rightly so. So explosive off the edge getting to the quarterback. But he doesn't neglect his run duties as well. How about that tackle right there? Such a package he has, able to play the run and the pass so well.
Now Taylor. And incomplete there. A
dropped
nice
it.
hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
And they'll add a DB in the secondary here on 3rd and 14. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Taylor, quick hitter here, it's complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Give them 12 yards on that one. It earns them a fresh set of downs.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him?
I see the Warriors and picked up balls out there.
Lineman, that makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Throwing for his running back,
So
and he's
Durant
got
got
it.
hurt.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 18 yards on the pickup there. And it'll give the Bills a first down.
Dallas been looking all right
Snap
lately.
coming inside the red zone here.
You been watching that?
They come out here in the eye.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. They been running like pass.
On 1st and 10, it's Taylor. And no escaping
Thanks,
this
Ed.
time.
It looks
It's going
like
to
it.
go down. They got him for a sack. Avery Jones.
Carline quit putting
Able to
niggas out when
collapse
they
the
high.
pocket and drop him for a loss of 3. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And it's rough after.
Is he doing what I'm saying? Is I'm looking wrong.
Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game.
I've been
A whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. And it's 4th down. Charles, that's an important 3rd down stop. You don't want to spot him 2 touchdowns here early.
You're trying to slow momentum down. You've already given up the score. They're coming right back at you. You're exactly right. Being able to hold them there and force a decision on 4th down, that's big for the defense.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. He loses 5 full yards to bring up 4th.
I didn't know you ready.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They're going on 4th down. It's Taylor. And he can't hang on. That would have been a big interception down here in field goal range. But instead, now they'll get a shot at 3. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now.
Oh, my God.
He used to tell us before.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in for the touchdown. Allen Robinson, an 80-yard touchdown. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And the Bills getting set to go. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here.
Yeah, you got to be done. I got something for him. What color you got him?
Fresh set of downs here. They come up with an offset eye. Now a handoff as they run outside. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in the old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted them to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
On second down, Taylor going deep here for Watkins. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended target, and it's third down.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered. He's able to get a hand in and knock it away.
Will the defense dial up the pressure? Let's see. 3rd and 11. Play action. It's Taylor. They'll roll him out right. And incomplete on the deep ball. Kendall Wright, the intended target. And that'll bring up a 4th down.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. Now it's Taylor. Got a man, it's Wright. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Give him 14 on the play. And they're able to move the chains as they convert on 4th and long. They'll give it to him right up the gut. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They'll run it with Tony D. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
They go play action here on 1st down. Nowhere to get away, and down he goes. Taylor is sacked. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Taylor. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
Love the call by the offensive coordinator, recognizing the situation very well, calling for the play-action pass and completing it.
And they'll run it here. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And if you're the defense and those D tackles, you like that they're trying to run the football here against your 4-3, don't you?
Yeah, because they tend to eat things up because they are so strong and physical, and especially when they play with leverage, where they get lower than the offensive lineman and control them. And what I love about the good defensive tackles, they can play over the guards, they can slide and play over the center. Nobody in the offense likes that day when they have to deal with those guys.
Now flags will come in. One of the Bills got going a little early.
What? This nigga man jumped too.
Oh, long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. And with a 3rd and 14, we have 6 defensive backs out there now defensively. Now Taylor. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
3rd down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And the Bills have taken the lead. So they get 3. They were hoping for 6. An unlucky number 13 play drive.
Well, you go to the sideline after putting 3 points on the board, happy, but you wanted to be ecstatic. You wanted to have 6 on the board. On the opposite sideline, though, the defense, I think they're high-fiving each other, only giving up 3 after letting them run that much offense.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. He gets this one to Boyd. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. Looking deep downfield. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they've missed a golden opportunity.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
They didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get more back yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st. 1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
I seen one of the dudes on. I didn't check all of them. I seen one of the dudes on, but when I got on, he was off.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
The dude for the Browns, the dude that I play in the Browns.
After the interception, here's Taylor. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback.
Come on,
and he'll be brought down at about the 42. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. 7 yards to go on 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks.
You run that slow, you got to be able to truck somebody.
When he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
2 yards to go here on 3rd down. 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 2 yards to go here on 3rd down Watkins alone on the left side. They go play action with Taylor. Taylor hit. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. They're going on 4th down. It's Taylor surveying the field. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Now this offense ready to take over again. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the first. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Here's Wentz to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he lost the football. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. Wentz now on 1st down. This will be caught at about the 3. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
Now that's the way you run offense. Understanding your clock situation. Excellent job getting to the sideline and getting out of bounds. That's the way to conserve time.
1 receiver left, 2 to the right. Working from the gun, Wentz. That's caught at the 1. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Tyler Boyd, his first touchdown on the year. And his guys are going to retake the lead. And he puts it through. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. Uses the stiff arm. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down. You're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the 2nd half. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24.
700.
Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first.
Still playing Birmingham?
3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to
What's
do
your score?
better probably here in half 2.
I would agree with that totally. I would guess
Wait, what's the score?
They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. 2nd down following the incompletion.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go. And quickly, they get to the line. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Here's Taylor going up top. And it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, get to a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you think to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. And he is down deep into Buffalo territory. And they rattle off a big one. 53 yards.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
That throw good for 4.
Hey, Scooter, that dude said too nice. You got him on your list.
Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, no credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football.
Yeah, let's get it,
defense. Don't get hurt.
Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his second interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
A gain of 3, second down. And now they're in the hurry-up.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about to us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run. 3rd and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
Expecting pass. Looking left side, he's got it complete. You give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
And the big tight end shifting around. Now the Hall of Famer Dorsett.
Nice.
And he's going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Yes, in your other league.
His eyes, because he's got to read his keys. Run or pass right off the top. You're probably going to read an offensive lineman to see if he sets up in pass protection, if he fires out for a running play. The next thing is you're going to check and see what the back's going to do. And if he
played the Raiders, I think that might be.
Okay,
he played the Raiders.
You got to check and see. Does an offensive lineman come downfield and try and block you? Are you going to try to elude it? Are you going to take him on and hold your spot? What are you going to do? In this case, didn't have to do any of that. Saw all of his keys, saw the play in front of him, ran clean to the ball carrier, and finished off the play.
Behind him?
Third down and 12.
You don't go like that.
Play action, it's Taylor. Got a man, it's right. Yeah, they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A big gain there for the Bills. 34 yards.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see,
I don't know. What league is that?
Hey, yo, 43, you did not block nobody. You blocked somebody.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run.
What's
Pick
that?
up
So
5
that's-
yards, bring up
is that the
2nd and
one where I'm
5.
in?
The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
That play never got off the ground because of the defensive front. They own the offensive line.
And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Miles Jack in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing
that?
before.
Oh, I was about to say, son. If he caught that, yo.
I like that even better. You
Fuck.
can feel the anguish all the way up here. It certainly looked like he had that one in the end zone, open, unable to hold on to it.
He's going to go up top again.
Yeah, you bum.
That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back.
He dropped it.
Incomplete in the end zone.
Yo, they just hold. He just make a
I'm not quite sure how he wasn't able to hold on to that one in the end zone. A great opportunity lost, but a lot of relief for the defensive guys. When they get into film next week, they're going to want to know what happened. Where was the breakdown that almost allowed a touchdown?
But he's got
I was right there, and they made me turn around.
He gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage, so as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there. I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Back now just east of Manhattan in Brooklyn. As we've got the final quarter upon us, we get ready to start the 4th. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is indeed good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So, Charles, I think from a defensive perspective, you have to look at that field goal there and consider it a win.
You were able to keep him within a touchdown, so no question about it. That was the kind of stand that keeps you in ball games.
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. And here come the Bills. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. A great read, and it's picked off.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown, and pick it off, just as we saw there.
Now Wentz. He completes it to Boyd. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. And they're going to speed things up here. On 2nd down, here's Wentz. toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
And the offense looks to pick up the first here on third after that incompletion. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Wynn's going to try and throw on third. And that is incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. Now 4th down.
I have to say that was a surprise call on 3rd and inches. I thought they'd try and run the football there, but you got to believe they thought they'd surprise the defense and pick up something downfield, but that one goes incomplete.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. Call it a 3-yard gain, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Well, the hallmarks of their success this year,
champ is
here.
here.
And they convert another one right here to move the chains.
That's going to be caught at the 10-yard
Who the
line.
mat?
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
That's caught at the 1.
I know that
7
one's
yards
good
on
or
the
not.
pick up there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be.
Straight out of
this
these
play
two.
was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run.
I ain't never played this.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss.
You about to show me.
Show
me, I don't know. I ain't going by what
Second touchdown on the season. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And he knocks it through.
Whoa, hold on. Hold on, bro.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it
Yeah,
goes.
we closing, nigga. Cutting teeth.
That's fielded in the end zone.
He's trying to get this work, though, man.
And not a very good return at all, as he won't even get this back to the 15. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And last time, 1 play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Play action. Now Taylor.
Must be
He's
here.
got time. And he comes back with 1 complete. A
Of course
reception
he
good
lost
for
the
7. It's 3rd down. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw on that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Here we go. It's Taylor on 4th down. And that is Incomplete. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. And here now the offense heading back out there. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line. Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that will extend their lead even further. And you figure with that, this game's pretty well out of reach.
It would take a heck of a comeback at this point. Being 3 scores down, I think that's too much to ask with time winding down here in the 4th.
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And the Bills' offense comes out ready to take over. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. Let's see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we...
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Here's Wentz to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Aaron Williams. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Now he's forced out left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. 2nd and 10. It's Taylor again. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Shift together here from the D-line. Here's Taylor to throw.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
They're going to hurry back to the line now. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So this brings up a 2nd and 2. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
It appears that the pressure is affecting him today. Normally, he knows exactly when to get rid of the football, but today, because he's been hit a few times, he's getting rid of it a little bit too quickly. Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended receiver, and that brings up 4th down.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 7 yards on the play. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. And quickly, they get to the line. Throwing now, Taylor hit. He lost the football. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Now this offense ready to head back out there. Wentz to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points. And the lead is now 24. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here. And now out come the Bills. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Dancing to his left. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
Not that time for Watkins, and it's 4th down.
But, partner, anytime someone tells me that fundamentals are leaving the game, I'm going to show them this play because they couldn't get to the passer. So what do you have to do? Get your hands up in the passing lane, and they batted it away on a 3rd down attempt.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me